retirement of former British number one, former world number one tennis player Andy Murray. The name of this player came up in the conversation. We're talking about the fact that if there was no Novak Djokovic, if there was no Rafael Nadal, if there was no Roger Federer, where would this guy, where would this particular tennis player be? Talking about Andy Murray. So we're going to be asking ourselves today, and we're also going to be inviting you to join the conversation. If there was no Lionel Messi, if there was no Cristiano Ronaldo, where would Luis Suarez be in the conversation around the greatest of all times in terms of his numbers? He's going to be playing his last game for Uruguay this weekend in their qualifiers. And I watched the interview the early hours of this morning. It was absolutely emotional. You could barely even say a word. He said it's even more painful to him that he's telling the entire world that, hey, it's time to say goodbye. How big a player was Luis Suarez in an era that had almost an unbreakable duopoly of Messi and Ronaldo. We had a lot of players that came in between this period. Neymar was supposed to be the heir apparent to the throne. It feels that at some point there go Folland, a host of other players that also came up in the conversation. When Rooney maybe, but where does Luis Suarez stand in this conversation? My guys are going to be taking us through all of these and more. And don't forget that by 6:10 we'll go for our first break, and then we'll allow you also join the conversation. You're welcome to Sports Cruise live on Mainland 98.3 FM. Of course, I don't get to do this alone. I've got my right hand guys, and together we'll be focusing on the Super Eagles preparation ahead of these all important qualifier against Benin Republic. Remember, we lost the first leg away from home. Now they're coming home, and Eguavoen is talking tough. This is our home, and we're not going to lose this game to you. We'll also talk about Victor Osimhen's move. How big is this? We saw how the fans of Galatasaray had to stay away till about 3 a.m. to welcome him into Turkey, and he's effortlessly slotted. I said something this morning. I said, this young man just want to play football. They want to win medals, win trophies, make money, and be happy. Let's talk about all of that, guys. It's an amazing time, and we're back on the show. I can tell you, the last 24 hours had been about, I don't know the last time we had such a protracted transfer conversation like this. It's been Victor Osimhen from Al Ahly to Chelsea. Even at some point, he started off with PSG. They thought it was going to be Arsenal. At the end of the day, it looks like he was destined to go to Saudi Arabia. 660,000 euros every week. Massive amount of money. But at some point again, when Al Ahly signed Ivan Toney, he thought it was going to be Chelsea for Victor Osimhen. But he decided to stay back at Napoli. Then we thought he was going to be relegated to the under-19 because Conte said it's no longer in his plans. But out of nowhere, around 2:30 p.m. yesterday, the news around Galatasaray style field training, we decided not to focus on it yesterday because we were waiting for confirmation. And just as we're stepping out of the studio, we saw the confirmation. Here we go. Victor Osimhen to Galatasaray. How big a move is this for Victor Osimhen? I can tell you. Let's start from there.
Good evening. It's a special move for him, honestly. At least far away from the mainstream Europe where he would have to do with everyday media. Because imagine if he has still maintained to stay at Napoli, at the city of Naples. There'll be a lot coming. It will be so overwhelming when he has to do on a day-to-day basis with the fans and with media alike, trying to know what happened, what is he doing currently, and things like that affects players psychologically and mentally. And it looked like the club were not backing him, and that's why someone has repeatedly said that, oh, no club, no loyalty. You could leave when the ovation is the loudest. However, he did not leave when people felt he might. He decided to strike a decent deal, which I don't really blame him earning that type of amount, considering he was just coming out off the back of a very great season. And I felt the change in management actually affected Napoli it was one of the most devastating title defense in Serie A history, or even in any top league. It was a very
alongside Barcelona also.
Yeah. When you say Barcelona, what do you mean by Barcelona?
You defended your title woefully last season.
When you say come on. So
he wants to hide.
And the Galatasaray team as a whole, they are they are one of, if not the biggest club side in the whole of Turkey. You know, they have the most League One, they have everything won, they have pedigree. You know, when you
they're not playing in the Conference League. They're playing in the Europa League.
You know, losing out narrowly in the Champions League qualifier.
Even the league title last season, it was neck to neck with Fenerbahce.
You know, and that is their toughest rivals. And you can see that there's a project. They currently have Icardi and Batshuayi. You know, and I've listened to the Turkish media, and they've been talking more about, you know, right when you have an Icardi, the next person that should play, or perhaps maybe there'll be a change in formation into a 3-5-2 that will be able to accommodate a certain Victor Osimhen as well as Icardi.
We're due for break, but when I come back, I'm going to ask Agbatayo straight up: is Victor Osimhen the biggest player in the Turkish league this season? We'll answer that question when we're back from our first casual break.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
What takes a plate of jollof rice to the next level of goodness? Is it when it is cooked with no seasoning cubes for that sumptuous taste? Or when you serve it with correct Nigerian salad, cabbage, carrot, lettuce, and a bit of kidney beans?
It's both. Season your jollof with the rich taste of Knorr cubes and serve with plenty of vegetables. So go ahead and elevate your meals. Today, eat for good.
Chai, my head Oga landlord, why you dey shake like ceiling fan? My village people don't come again this one with your body hot so, you don't do test? Yes, see result Oga landlord, no be your village people na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am. Thank you Oga Luta, I don dey kampe.
Luta, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luta. Malaria's in big trouble.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of Knorr seasoning cubes, even better.
So go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
Open defecation in Nigeria perpetuates a cycle of poor health, environmental degradation, and undermines human dignity. With approximately 47 million people practicing open defecation nationwide, Nigeria ranks among the top countries globally with the highest number of individuals who lack access to proper sanitation facilities. The stats look grim. The overriding effect in itself can be terrible to our general well-being. In that light, we from Mainland 98.3 FM call on the government to increase its efforts in providing public toilets to end this scourge. And we also encourage the citizenry to imbibe proper hygiene and not defecate in public.
What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were?
To cook correct food, they always give me joy. That's why anytime where they cook like this, I they always season them with Knorr cubes. Come add correct vegetables inside. Ugu, tatasheo, shombo, onions. No one will know they put. Now he make my pikin them, they always enjoy my cooking.
Daddy, I never will. I want more.
You see?
Sama all your food with correct vegetables. Come season them with Knorr cubes for that ubonge delicious taste. Today, chop better.
Open defecation in Nigeria perpetuates a cycle of poor health, environmental degradation, and undermines human dignity. With approximately 47 million people practicing open defecation nationwide, Nigeria ranks among the top countries globally with the highest number of individuals who lack access to proper sanitation facilities. The stats look grim. The overriding effect in itself can be terrible to our general well-being. In that light, we from Mainland 98.3 FM call on the government to increase its efforts in providing public toilets to end this scourge. And we also encourage the citizenry to imbibe proper hygiene and not defecate in public.
What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all things that you said we were?
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey, and when you add plenty of vegetables like ⴏ ugu, and season with the rich taste of Knorr seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
Chai, my head Oga landlord. Why you dey shake like ceiling fan? My village people don't come again this one wey your body hot so, you don't do test? Yes, see result Oga landlord, no be your village people na malaria, you need Luta. Luta na better medicine wey dey knack down malaria. Oya see am, take am. Thank you Oga Luta, I don dey kampe.
Luther, brand of Artemata and Lumefantrine, is another quality product from Hovid, marketed by Pharmatex Nigeria Limited. If symptoms persist after 3 days, see your doctor.
Everybody say thanks, Luther. Malaria's in big trouble.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
Girl, don't flex with the boy, your body is a matter. She wanna roll with the man them. When I drop, you know it's an anthem. Oof, girl, you wanna play with a big playboy like me. Oof, girl, you wanna play with a big playboy like me. Oof, girl, don't flex with the boy, your body is a matter. She wanna roll with the man them. When I drop, you know it's an anthem. Girl, you wanna play with a big playboy like me. Girl, you wanna play with a big playboy like me. Pull up in the club with all my G's. When we outside, it's an all-night team. Yeah, them start to shake when they call my name. Don't play with the ball like me. Who you else know live a life like this? LA to Houston to NYC. I'm always on the road, they be on my road. Don't play with a guy like this. I like you, I know like wanna for my corner. Give me some more, give me some data. So many you, them I think I'm a farmer. I like you, I know like wanna for my corner. Give me some more, give me some data. So many youth, them I think I'm a farmer. Yeah, girl, don't flex with the boy, your body is a matter. She wanna roll with the man them. When I drop, you know it's an anthem. Oof, girl, you wanna play with a big playboy like me. Oof, girl, you wanna play with a big playboy like me. Oof, girl, don't flex with the boy, your body is a matter. She wanna roll with the man them. When I drop, you know it's an anthem. Girl, you wanna play with a big playboy like me.
Wanna play with a boy like me.
Girl, you wanna play with a big playboy like me. You wanna play that? Two bad girls in the Maybach, and I've got more on my radar. So all my men them pull up in a black Bentayga. Montana Mera, been a bad boy since way back.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, fresh up from the Adedamola, the self-titled album of Fireboy, and he calls this one Playboy. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I was asking, and Akintao led us into that conversation about how a lot of things would change on Galatasaray's pattern. They've got a couple of decent players here and there. I don't want to even say finished players.
And they have the Martins. We could they did not Manchester United for not qualifying last season. So that's just last season. With the type of gameplay that they had, and this time around adding one of the most lethal strikers in Europe.
into their
team.
ranks.
And you could see that the fans were so happy. They welcomed him from the airport. You could see the flares, everything they've been changing. See, the old media in Turkey now is all about Osimhen. He asked him, come on.
And I like the whole build up to that. Osimhen started posting like 4 or 5 hours before the announcement. He started up with some punk Yoruba songs on his Instagram page.
Yeah.
And those songs were sending messages. He was saying that no matter how bad, a lion would always be a lion.
Yeah, he broke tables.
He was sending messages. And then somewhere, everybody just knew that this was going to happen. I'm asking 𝐴gbàtọ́mi. I watched Fenerbahce's game, I think 2 Sundays ago, against Ankaraspor.
Yeah, I think they won 4-1.
Yeah, Fred got an hat-trick in that game. And then Dzeko also got a goal in that game. And the energy in the stadium, see, I'll say this for a fact. Maybe apart from the German Bundesliga that has the highest record of live attendance, the Turkish league is one of the most hostile places you want to play.
And they play in Istanbul.
When Fenerbahce and Galatasaray are playing,
a proper derby.
See, I know the names that comes with El Clasico or the Manchester Derby or the North London Derby, but you see what happens in that stadium.
Yeah.
How big a move is this for Victor Osimhen, and how big a player will Victor Osimhen be in the Turkish league, 𝐴gbàtọ́mi?
Well, it's a big move, to be honest. Victor Osimhen is currently the 8th best player in the world, and having a player
is the African Footballer of the Year.
African Footballer of the Year as well. Having a player of such profile, is going to bring in a lot of excitement from the fans, in Turkey, from fans outside Nigeria, from fans in Europe. I was just on Instagram earlier today, and I saw a difference. At the beginning of was it yesterday before yesterday? I think Galatasaray had about 13 million
Both Instagram and X
30 million fans followers. But now, come on,
almost 4 million.
You need to have seen the amount of impact Victor Osimhen has brought, not just to Galatasaray but also the Turkish Super League. Of course, we want to talk about Turkey being one of the worst places you can play. I remember, of course, the Atatürk Stadium being one of. I think it's the biggest stadium in Turkey actually, and you want to I think that was where was it now? Liverpool won the 2005 Champions League
you
final.
You have a good memory now.
Of course, Okwemi, that's
old money takers.
That country. Whenever it's Galatasaray against Fenerbahce, you see ferocious.
It's like a war.
It's like a war. See, Okwemi, Turkish fans are one of the most passionate fans you can find anywhere in the world. Not like in England where fans of another club would want to welcome you. You need to see the way players are being welcomed. Okay, but despite the fact that the ultras of Galatasaray have welcomed Victor Osimhen well. Trust me, if he fails to deliver, they will turn back at him. Okay.
How big a player would Victor Osimhen be? First off, a lot of people don't know what happened in that loan. Because Napoli knew that if Victor Osimhen moved to Galatasaray without extending his contract with them, when he comes back by 2025, he's going to have just 1 year left on his deal. And it's going to put Napoli in a very disadvantaged position if they want to transfer him permanent. So he went on a dry loan. A dry loan is there's no obligation to buy, there's no release clause, nothing. So before he could leave, he was meant to sign a contract extension till 2027. So when he comes back, Napoli has about 3 years on him, which will give them a very big advantage. But we're going to talk about how Napoli are disrespected Victor Osimhen. I will start that conversation with Akinta, but 𝐴gbàtọ́mi, 10 million euros. He got what he wanted.
Always.
He pulled everything up. In fact, before we came on air, there are rumors that he has fired his manager, that he himself and a negotiator pulled through this Galatasaray deal, that his manager was not involved. But how big a responsibility is Victor Osimhen going to, have to carry for Galatasaray this season?
Well, Galatasaray also have good players. I mean, the likes of 𝐴ᴏ Ziyech. They also have Mauro Icardi. I mean, they have top players in that rank. But when you have the 8th best player in the world, when you have the Africa's best player in the world in your ranks, then you just try as much as possible to fit him into the team. And I think it's going to be a case of him being paired up front with Mauro Icardi. I think it's going to be a good partnership where they both have to work. And we have 𝐴ᴏ Ziyech on the wings. Probably you're going to say he's going to get 1 or 2 assists. Probably I saw a tweet on Twitter, X, earlier today, and he said we will be there when 𝐴ᴏ Ziyech would take a cross from the wing, and then Victor Osimhen would nod into
now
the
let me read this through. The Super Eagles striker signed a contract extension with Napoli till 2027. The loan will be valid until June 2025. He was wise enough to request a break clause in January should any top European club want to sign him. That means there's no guarantee he's going to spend the entire season with Galatasaray.
Yeah.
In case there's any top club that is interested in January, they'll come back to negotiation table. It gives Napoli 18 months to get into the conversation. Osimhen also requested that his release clause be reduced from 130 million euros to 75 million euros. But whatever it is, Napoli has nothing to lose in this. They've removed the highest paid player in the Serie A from their wage bill because the entire 10 million euros would be paid by Galatasaray. But I can tell you, before we move into the Super Eagles conversation, the pressure on Osimhen now, how would you place it? Because the way the Italian media, addressed his move, they literally made it look like he was shipped out in the night. I mean, it's for a player that was there for you, gave you your first Scudetto in 33 years. He was the highest goal scorer, over 40 goals in all competitions for Napoli that season. I mean, there's been a lot of issue. A friend of mine that's running her PhD in Italy, she told me that she does not even know how Victor Osimhen managed to survive his years in Italy because it looks like he's a very patient man. The Italians are one of the most, I don't want to use that word. No, aggressive is not aggressive. The very institutionalized word in terms of issues on colors and skin colors. She's been in Italy for like 5 years, so she understands what she said. She said a couple of times she's had to go with her husband to watch Napoli, to watch Osimhen, and she knows that even when Osimhen scores, that it looks like the media shows a part they want Nigerians to see, not the ones they don't want us to see. I can tell you, Osimhen goes into Galatasaray to prove a lot of people wrong. Napoli, Chelsea that didn't think it was good enough for them to put money on him. Al Ahly that probably missed out to show them what they missed out. How much of this pressure do you think Osimhen can handle, and what would be the expectations of the people as he moves into Turkey?
Well, Osimhen is well experienced enough. I don't think he'll be playing with pressure, considering that he's coming off the back of I just want to be happy. And when you look at Pep Guardiola, he has talked about if players want to leave, let them leave. There's no point keeping an unhappy player in the team because it will spoil the morale of the team. And as you can tell on Osimhen sees this as just a chance to just push himself to increase his stocks. I'm not sure he's coming into the mindset of just trying to prove anybody wrong. He has proved everyone right from the beginning. He is the current highest goal scorer, single highest goal scorer in under 17 championship, the highest after breaking record of Sigma Pole of France. So Osimhen is the 8th best player in the world. He's the current African footballer of the year. So I don't think he's coming in to prove anybody wrong.
His profile is impressive.
His personal profile alone, he has won the league. He has featured in the high ranks when you're counting top strikers, top 100 strikers in Europe in the last 50 years. You can as well put Osimhen
in the Ballon d'Or.
So that's
huge.
Exactly. He's not going to Galatasaray to prove anyone wrong. Rather, he's just coming there to increase his stocks. To ensure that by the time he's getting to Genoa, even if he's going to remain at Istanbul, he's going to give him more leverage whenever he's going into the transfer market, whereby he'll be the one to pick choices rather than the clubs taking choices on him. And as for Chelsea, you can't blame Chelsea. Chelsea are just trying to, if Osimhen were to be younger and he had dreads like or he has the hair like Gusto, perhaps they could have signed him. But banter aside, I am genuinely happy for him. At least a different environment, and the way the fans have received him, it shows that they are much more in love with him. They are ready for him.
How much does he need that environment, considering where he's coming from? You remember that this is not a lot. Let me give some back end story. Remember the old drama where the social media handler of Napoli used a coconut to give illustration because Osimhen missed a penalty. Remember when the former manager Luciano Spalletti walked him out of training? Remember when Osimhen was not even talking with his teammates because of his reaction that he was booed or not?
He has had different. There was I could remember during the COVID era where he was on injury. He came to Nigeria and he broke the COVID restriction rule. And so he has had.
He got back to it. He was frozen out of the team.
Of course, so it's not just new to that kind of treatment. But I think the major reason why I believe that due for a player that had a very great season was not by a year extension. So whenever I'm just leaving, I can repay you. And he saw himself as a good soldier. He saw himself as a true gladiator for the city of Naples. And they can't just forget his name, the masked man, and it's very sad that he has to leave the team with that kind of bad blood.
He's a legend at Napoli.
Of course he is.
And I can tell that anywhere.
Of course he is.
No disrespect to the memories of Diego Armando Maradona, but off Argentina and all of that, within that same level in Napoli, whatever respect Maradona was given 34 years ago, Osimhen deserved that respect. Now, we're going to leave this conversation. I will probably pick a couple of calls. Let's have the people's opinion about his move to Turkey. But Agbatomi, the next couple of months are really vital for Osimhen. Getting into the Super Eagles, he has the opportunity. I don't know if he's going to start this weekend, but I mean, he has the opportunity to at least get back on playing. He's not been training with the senior team since the season started. In fact, they've deregistered him for the 2024-2025 season.
But he has been training.
The next couple of months, training is different. The league has started. It's not pre-season.
See, this Agbatomi, I don't know, maybe he has one or two preferences. Why would you say someone that has been training? It's just like saying if Anthony should get on. Come on, you see the fatigueness. It's not match fit.
I'm coming. Even if he's been training, the psychology of this whole drama is going to certainly tell on him. How quick does he need to get it going in Turkey? How quick?
Victor Osimhen is a lion. That guy gets coconut head.
The grey hair word.
The grey hair word, that's just a word. See, if it's about mentality, that guy is top, is up there. This guy, a popular sports journalist on X, said he had a call with Victor Osimhen, and Victor Osimhen told him that, I'm coming to Nigeria.
It's Puja.
He said he's coming to Nigeria to play for Nigeria.
He was chatting Osimhen, and he said, Alpha. He said Osimhen told him that, let me call you. And when he called, he couldn't believe the excitement in the voice of Osimhen. And Osimhen said, bro, I the company.
Nothing they do me. That guy's mentality is top. He also had a video call with Buchilaba.
Yeah.
I mean, you need to have seen the way he was smiling. Like nothing is happening.
Somebody made a joke that from selling gala to Galatasaray.
Come on. There's a network in destiny.
No one can take away his mentality. But personally, starting him in that crucial
Victor Osimhen needs to start.
Why should he start?
Victor Osimhen needs to start.
Why should Victor Osimhen start? Because of Victor Osimhen.
Hang on, guys.
He needs to start.
See, there are times you need a space to pour out what is burning inside you. And I think if Victor Osimhen starts,
the anger,
Benin Republic are in trouble.
They're in trouble, bro.
See, I feel he understands the gravity of the support that Nigerians have given him. If he starts that game,
so we should compensate him with that.
It's not about compensation.
It's looking like compensation.
It's not about compensation.
So what do you want to do with Osimhen?
Why should we not talk about Lukman? Why should we not talk about Lukman? Ademola Lukman.
Osimhen starting does not stop
Ademola from playing.
Ademola Lukman from playing.
Yes, now.
Let's talk to Wumi, guys. Let's pick our calls. Hello, good evening, Wumi.
Good evening, gentlemen, in the studio.
Thank you for calling. Welcome to the show.
Akin and Tomiwa.
Yes, boss.
my regards to you guys. May you guys live long, man.
Amen. Thank you, Chief. And you
see, I like the perspective, the energy, and the support you guys brought to. You represent a particular section of Nigerian youth that looks at issues from a very dynamic perspective. And that's why a lot of people praise you when you come to the airwaves. You see, when you look at it, the way some people are doing it, they're saying that you shouldn't have gone to gala, this and that. Come on, you need to get to be playing. No, we're not talking about one of the best top leagues, the first top leagues in Europe. But he had actors in Germany, Belgium, France, and then Napoli. But I want you to take to mind, cast on my back, when the late sᴘᴏʀᴛs was the chairman of AC Milan, the then AC Milan. He had passion for Nigerian players. Milan had about 7 Nigerian players that played there. He never made it difficult for them to leave. Even there, it wasn't too much of a transfer deal. But this present chairman of Napoli is setting a bad precedent. For any other player that is coming there, it's a warning signal. That as long as the Lourenço is still at Napoli, forget Napoli. Go to any other Italian club side, just Juve, any other one, they'll appreciate you. So much so that when you want to move, it's not going to make it difficult. How can Paris Saint-Germain come with 100 million pounds? He was requesting for Athena to two of their best players. Make it so sweet for him to leave. Is that not operating a slave camp? That's my commission, gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Wumi. 0913-600-0410. Talk to us. What do you make of Victor Osimhen's move to Turkey? Hello, good evening.
Yes, sir.
You need to put the volume on your... Oh, that's really loud. Hello? Hello?
Yeah, great, sir.
Okay, I think your radio is off now. Talk to us. Your name and where you're calling from.
This is
Podolski.
Podolski. Actually, Osimhen moving to Turkey is a big move, and one of the best in Europe. This transfer window so far. But the issue I'm having Turkish league is that if Osimhen started playing and couldn't score like 5 to 6 matches, they will stop him. That's the problem that I'm having with Turkish league. Because if he failed to score 5 to 6 matches, they're happy for him to come over to Galatasaray. They'll change it for him. So my prayer for him is that let it start with a good mode, let him be scoring goals, and keep on the fire in January. Probably the good team my fan team and start by January.
Thank you, Podolski.
Yes, the end of the I don't want it to be the end of the
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's speak a few more calls. Then we'll go to join the Super Eagles players in camp already. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Well, good evening,
Mr. Patrick.
Yeah, I can hear the way you sharp your mouth about Osimhen being a legend in Napoli.
Wait, did you just say I sharp my mouth?
Yes.
Okay. You'd have to call me back. Let's put some civility in what we're doing. 0913-600-0410. Talk to us. What do you make of Victor Osimhen's transfer to Turkey? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. This is Michael calling from White Town in the Jᴏɪᴛ area.
Michael, wait now. This chieftaincy title too long. Only you.
From the Jᴏɪᴛ area.
Talk to us real quick.
Okay, Osimhen moving to Galatasaray. Well, it's just what I say is just a way out. If not, personally, I would have loved him moving to there because football is not in that part of Europe.
Wow, football is not in Turkey.
No, you don't.
Wow.
Which club do you support, sir?
No, the thing is, I support Manchester United.
Okay.
Now,
but you were in Turkey last season to play Champions League.
No, you cannot compare things here now. Now, if Osimhen is playing in place like England, Spain, probably France, people will pay more attention to him. Well, it's a good thing that it's a way out from Napoli, gag, because the guy was about being,
being frozen out.
Yes, so I don't wish that the contract will not keep him there not really long. I would have loved to see him in a club like Chelsea or probably Arsenal, where we will see, his glory shining. Maybe I'm going to Turkey where nobody will follow him anymore. Have a great time. Thank you.
Thank you very much. 0913-600-0410. Let's pick 2 more calls. Then we leave the Victor Osimhen conversation. And hopefully, it gets to repay Nigerians with some good performance this weekend if he gets into the team against Benin Republic. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Mainland FM.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Good to have you join us on the show. Is that Coyote?
Yeah. Yes, it's Coyote.
Good to have you on the show.
Yeah, hi, good evening. As the topic implies, Osimhen, to be very honest, when I heard about the news, I was very happy because he made the best of the situation he had at hand. And I believe Galatasaray is going to be very, very good for him. And I just wish him all the best in Galatasaray. However, I'd like to say something quickly, if you will permit me.
Go on, please.
I'm a Arsenal fan, right?
Okay.
And yesterday, I heard what you guys said about Declan Rice's red card, and I was a bit disappointed because everybody does agree that it was a red card. I was not going to say it's not a red card, but however, the decision, right, the ball has to be stationed. That calls for the...
the rules are clear. Any obstruction to a resumption of play, the rules are clear.
It's a yellow
Whether
card.
the ball was on motion or not, should an experienced player like
70 yards
Declan
away
Rice
from your
that knows
station.
that he's already on a yellow card, should he have done what he did?
Okay, so what happened to Pedro? Why was Pedro not also yellow carded at first half?
Pedro's
When he took the
situation,
ball-
listen, Pedro's situation was different. There was
Why
what
was
he
it
did. What he did. There was no Arsenal player that wanted to restart the game immediately.
Arteta was right there. If you know
Arteta is not an Arsenal player. Arteta was not going to throw the ball to restart a game.
That same last season, do you remember the goal Gabriel Jesus scored? I can't remember against the team.
Was it Arteta
right
that
now.
threw the ball for him?
Yes, that he quickly picked the ball and threw it to Saka for Saka to throw the ball.
Then
quickly to
Saka was the one that threw the ball. Arteta cannot even throw. If Arteta throws the ball to the pitch, he will get a yellow card. The rules are very clear. Thank you very much. I understand your position, but I think everybody had
The rules
moved
are the
on.
rules. You cannot obstruct. You cannot obstruct a restart.
You can't.
You can't. It's
You
not
can't.
possible.
I mean,
It's not-
you can't.
The madness in there is this is 60-70 yards away from your goal.
It's not like the restart is a threat to
It's
your
a
goal.
direct threat. Even if it's not a direct threat, and trust me, the guy knew he would start, but the guy
He
did not know
played
the
into
guy
his
would-
hands.
And
Hughes plays. He allowed him to play into his
when I
hands.
saw that movement, the player wanted to hit the ball at Declan Rice. The intention was not, but instead Declan Rice decided to poke the ball away from the player. And when you do that, that's a yellow card offense.
It's a card.
It was just a textbook yellow card. You can't blame the referee. You might
you
call
call it
other,
the dark
you
card.
might call other calls
Don't even
bias,
put,
but
don't,
not
don't
that one,
put,
not
don't,
that particular one.
Don't put the referee in the place of having to use his discretion
This
whether
time
to
around,
give you or not.
if you give a fake yellow card, reminding the referee to give a certain player a yellow card, you are collecting a yellow card.
A player in the championship got a red card this weekend. He committed the same offense twice. The first time he was kicked, he was telling the referee to give a player a yellow card.
can't do that.
He got a yellow
It's
card.
the new law. You can't
72
do that.
minutes into the game, he did the same thing. He got a second yellow and he was removed from the game.
You
Two
can't tell
yellow
the
cards
referee
for
what to
doing the
do.
same thing.
You don't do things like that.
I think the rules are different. The rules are changing. So it's okay for the clubs to help the players get accustomed to some of these new rules. Hello, good evening. My last caller on this conversation today.
Hello. Good evening to you.
Your name and where you calling from?
My name is Oᴏᴜᴛ Akiode.
Oh, okay.
I greet you. My name is Dan P. from Ego.
Dan P.
Yes.
I want quickly find this number. I might forward that to the relevant authorities for impersonation.
Yes, boss. Hello.
I greet you.
I greet you, boss.
The last caller.
You don't want to greet Akintayo, ba?
Who be Akintayo? You know,
I did for you.
They don't rate you.
I did for you.
Let's go on Dan P. Let's go on Dan P.
You know, the last caller is so emotional. You know, when we are not in the field, we tend to be the referee. As a Liverpool fan that I am, we are going up despite anything.
No wonder you remember Agbatomi name.
And as for Osimhen, I pray that guy scores more goals so that all of them
they would bury their head in shame.
Sharp.
Because what they did to that guy is not really good. And they did to so many Africans. They are supposed to let this guy go. People don't know that it is the club that is going to free them, not the guy that is freeing himself. It's very, very bad. But my own prayer for Osimhen now, God should help him. Let him score many goals so that they will bury their head in shame. Thank you, Jerry. I've been more that they play those music. That they make me show the face. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for joining us, Dan P, all the way from Igondo. I mean, talking about music, I think we're due for break. When we get back, we'll go straight up into the camp of the Super Eagles. As we speak, there are reports that quite a lot of the players are in camp. There's Victor Boniface in camp already. And of course, there was a replacement, a late call-up to the Super Eagles, earlier today. The news filtered earlier today that a player had been calling, yes, that's Benjamin Tanimu that played, just look away, please. I'm sorry.
Crawford.
I'm sorry. He has received a late call-up for the Super Eagles 2025 AFCON qualifying matches. The Crawley Town defender replaces Bright Osei, and he has arrived Uyo. With the arrival of Tamina and Samuel Chukwueze, there are 18 players currently in camp. We'll take you through some of those 18 players, but let's listen to this music. Let's rest our head. Let's relax. It's been tough. It's been hot in the studio. And this is Money Palava. I guess that's what Napoli were looking for. This one here from Chief Morocco, and he called this one Money Palava. Gentlemen, welcome to school. I'm sure you'll be wondering, is this Ogoringo? Wait till Friday, 3 to 4 p.m. and join Lonsoro Dogu, the tiki-taka master for Ogoringo. I just had to quickly put that in so that you know that when there's money, there's always palaver. And that's exactly what Napoli is holding on to. We spent quite a lot of time on Victor Osimhen, and it shows how much we value him and how much we understand what he must have been through in the last 1 month or 2 months. The fact that the season started and it was not even included in the plan, and the fact that Antonio Conte told him, that hey, you're not in my plan. It's even worse that a replacement has been brought even before he left, and it's even more disturbing that the replacement now got a goal on his debut. I mean, it's tough, but he's a strong boy and he's always found his way around it. Guys, we have a very important qualifier to play this weekend. AFCON qualifier against Benin Republic. We lost the first leg of that game. Let me start from you, Agbatomi. How did we even find ourselves in this group, in this place rather, where in a group that has Lesotho? No disrespect, you can tell me that they are no longer minnows in world football, but as bad as the three Lions are, if they still catch Gibraltar, it's still like 12-0. So whether you like it or not, that's still minnows in world football. How did we find ourselves with just 2 points in a group? You said? No, talk to us.
This is the AFCON qualifier.
It's the AFCON qualifier.
The one who Benin was the World Cup.
Was the World Cup qualifier? Yes, but we are still playing Benin Republic.
Yeah,
because two of the teams here are also in the World Cup group. Yes, I know what I'm saying, guys. How did we get to this point where we're struggling in a group like this? How?
Okwemi, your people led us there.
Who are my people? The only people I know here is Mr. No, the only people I know here is Mr. Idowu Okegbenro and Said Fuad. Those are the people I know.
They are your people now, to be honest. But it is what it is. It's what it is, Okwemi, to be honest. I mean, I just feel it's just the carelessness of our handlers that has led us to this precarious situation that we are at the moment. I mean, we don't get to prosecute games, with that kind of carelessness. I mean, you know, these are games that we should be. I mean, Benin Republic, Lesotho. These are Zimbabwe. These are nations we ought to be killing and
nations we should be teaching football.
I mean, you understand, but it's so sad that unfortunately you just have 2 points, and you know, and that's more reason why I feel Osimhen needs to start in these games against Benin Republic and Rwanda. You know, he has to bring that hungry mentality back to the side. I mean, I don't see any other striker in that team being able to fit the shoes of Osimhen. Come on, Taiwan Awoni that has been out injured for as long as I think throughout the duration of the from January to the end of the season last season, Taiwan has been out injured. I want to say Victor Boniface. Victor Boniface has also, you know, been off form as well, starting the Bundesliga, you know, being hit with a fine as well, though he got a goal, you know, in the Super Cup. But then, I mean, I just feel we should just do better, and if we can get our tactics right, talking about Osine Guavon, Daniel Gumodede as well as.
Where I'm having problem with you, but Tommy, you are saying if we get, come on, why would you say
we have to now? We have to.
When you are saying if you are putting it under probability, this is
it's a do or die affair.
See, it's not even about do or die. This is meant to be basics. This is meant to be standard. We are meant to be defeating the people with the caliber of players that we have on our side. But when you hire a manager that came out on air and said that he does not believe in formations and tactics, how do you expect? And he best
you people continue to put my brother Finidi. Yeah, he's resting well in Rivers now. You're putting him out of context.
There's no way.
You people quoted him out of context. Who
was the manager that could not defeat Zimbabwe, that could not defeat Lesotho, that could not defeat Benin Republic? Come on, you are saying that we should take. How can we take him out? How can we take him out of the equation? When you have a man, when you're hiring a man, we are announcing a deal with a manager that has not been fully sealed. See, why will you announce a deal that is not airtight? And you're talking about
that is not signed, sealed, and delivered.
And you just imagine the English FA having this current interim caretaker manager that they have, and they said that, you know what, let us have Pep Guardiola as the assistant for this period. Come on, how does it make sense? With Pep Guardiola not meant to be thinking of how he's going to play his next fixture in the English Premier League. Come on, we cannot keep on having these certain persons parading themselves as officials in the federation. We've had this manager that is currently there, has been there as a caretaker, he has been there as interim, he has been there as the team coach, he has been with the Nigerian setup since 2003 in the under 20 years in Nigerian football. We cannot keep on having people like that we're just recycling the same people. If tomorrow, maybe after this, maybe the next 2-3 months, we'll bring up another agenda of something subsidy, before you know, we can have another Salisu in the realm. See, if we are talking about what we should be doing based on our antecedents in terms of players, there's hardly any country on the continent that can defeat Nigerian team based on.
Anyways, okay, let's just leave the FIFA World Cup qualifiers and now head to the AFCON qualifiers. Yes, Nigeria have been pitted in Group D, and we are going to be facing Benin Republic, Libya, as well as Rwanda. And this is an opportunity to start on a fresh note, because this is just the first match day, you know, in the AFCON qualifiers.
I understand what you are trying to do, Agbatomi, but I'm finding it difficult to separate them. Not because I don't know that one is a World Cup qualifier, but we've not even have Cameroon or Ghana. I'm talking about big footballing powerhouse in any of these groups. I'm talking of Rwanda,
Libya.
I'm talking about Libya,
Benin.
I'm talking of Benin Republic. I'm talking of Lesotho. These are teams that Remo Stars, okay, beyond limit to take them to the cleaners. And that's the fact. Why are we struggling to have a team?
We have a tactically inept managers at them.
Is this
guys?
Is this really about the manager? Yes. You know, we've had 3 managers this year already. Eguavon is the 4th manager.
Yes.
We started with Ose Pasero.
Yes.
We had Finidi George. We had Fleibona Bania.
No, we cannot count him because he did not even sign.
But it was announced.
It was announced.
No.
Yeah.
I don't care what I signed or not. Wait, was he announced?
He was announced.
Was he announced? He was announced. So I'm going to count him as part of them. Now we have the man that said he's Africa's Pep Guardiola. is in charge now.
That could not qualify for 2 World Cup 2006 2022.
Okay, the reason why I said it's the manager's fault is because of the fact that according to history, right? Okay, in fact, let's not even go there. Earlier this year, during the AFCON, when we had Jose Peseiro rather as the manager of the Super Eagles, that was the guy, or that was the manager that led us to the finals of the AFCON. Yes,
you said he led us.
So why did you sack him?
You said he led us to.
Wait,
see,
guys, wait. What happened?
Peseiro was never sacked. He left. He resigned
because we gave him an interim condition for going to the AFCON.
Yes,
that was always the plan for him to resign after the AFCON.
Apologies for this one. It's a stupid plan. If you said it took us to the final and we lost, and then you came back to Nigeria, you gave all of the national honors.
Yeah, you could not renew the contract.
You said there's a golden silver, which I think is one of the most disrespectful and disgusting thing I've had to see in my entire life.
Okay,
you get what?
Better than none.
Silver call Pedroni. Albert that's constant too. See, you gave them national honors, you gave them award, you gave them landed property. Some of them in their respective states. Do you know how they welcome Nwabali? They gave him chieftaincy title, all of them. But the manager that gave them that moment that you are celebrating, you let him go. Is that not? How does that even make sense to you?
When I was telling you,
why? If you think it was good, do you fix what is not broken?
To me, even the manager is bad. And I'm telling you,
how is it bad?
This is a manager
that is one of the worst managers we've had in a long time. Are you joking?
This is a manager that is a reactionary manager. He is in the same bracket with former England manager. Whenever look at what happened in the Nations Cup final, where a certain online was known that he picked up an injury, and Adigra kept on cooking him. He did not make any change until when we
let's talk to this caller. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome, Alaywola.
Tony, I
agree to my boss.
My name is Jᴏɪᴜ Oᴘᴇɪ.
You're welcome.
Tony,
yes, boss.
Are you saying with this crop of players we have, even if we have Okoyemi as our coach, we shouldn't win the Republic Rwanda?
I don't know what he's saying. No.
Yes, boss. Yes, boss. Now, the thing is...
Wait. Let him talk.
Yes,
boss.
With this set of players, we should be beating all these things. Why we don't have the likes of Egypt, Senegal in our group? We are struggling to win Benin and Rwanda. They should, if we are in a military regime, they will divide this team and take them to the barracks.
Since and teach them from footballing lessons. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Joja. Guys, we're pressed for time.
That's why we have a manager.
We have just 2 minutes.
That's why we have a manager. The players cannot know what to do.
You can
a coach has to tell them what to do. That's why you can never see any club or any national team without a manager.
That
is the job of a national not even a national team manager. That's the job of a coach or a manager in a team.
See, one thing you need to understand is this: it has been very poor from even the appointment of Peseiro, because if you could remember vividly coming off that back, going into that qualifier, into that World Cup qualifier. It was mishandled. That was why we were unable to qualify for that World Cup, because we had to just put in an interim manager in between. We were coming out from an AFCON that we should have just left the manager, let him just do whatever he wants to do to qualify for the 2022 World Cup. We could not qualify. Same thing happened after the AFCON. We wanted to allow a manager to leave, and we did not plan who would come in. We had since March that the AFCON had ended till now. We picked up an interim manager, and from after 2 games that he won 1 and lost 1, we made him the substantial manager for the Nigerian Premier for the Nigerian team. Come on, I told you that the only thing remaining is wigs, painted faces, and we should have big belly, and we should be running the circus.
These things take time, to be honest.
I understand.
You really can't point.
Okay. Well, a bit of a bad news. Let me rub more salt to your injury. The South African government have denied visas to the Nigeria's national under-18 basketball teams, preventing them from participating at the 2024 FIBA Under-18 Afro Basket Championship, scheduled to take place in Cape Town.
And this is a team that won their qualifiers last month.
Yes.
See, I don't want to mention the minister. Ałyጲ Tommy's step.
Enjoy the rest of the evening, guys. We'll come back tomorrow and continue the show. These boys will put me in trouble one of these days. Thank you very much. Both of them have taken themselves out of the studio. Big shout out to everyone that have made this production a possibility. Keep your dial locked on Mainland 98.3 FM. Hey, the program continues tomorrow, 6 p.m. We'll be back. We'll give you more updates. It's expected that Victor Osimhen and Maduka Okoye should get into the Super Eagles camp tomorrow. 2 days to their game against Benin Republic. It's a win or bust. It's a game we're condemned to win, and I hope we really do that. Big shout out to Pelumi, big shout out to Akintayo and Agbatomi for being a part of the production. My name is Okwayemi. Okwayemi, can I keep your dial locked on Mainland 98.3 FM? We are the sound of Lagos. The program returns tomorrow.
All my life been on the road, and it's stopping very cold. Don't even know when I'm coming home. When beauty comes, I must to show. They know the cons and all the pros. Before I left my comfort zone, don't even know when I'm coming home. When beauty cause I must to show. But Baba Moro, let me know why. Baba Moro, let me know why. Baba Moro, let me know why. I ain't need that, oh, I know well. I ain't seen no one already. Ìgbàtí bá lọ máa jẹ́ kó ṣe ìrẹ́ bàbá. Bàbá mo rọ́wọ́ rẹ nínú ayé mi. Ayé mi dára owó àdúgbò. Ọ̀nà pẹ́ mi fọ́. Grateful for your love. I don't care how much. I will trade it all. Congrats to hustle on my brother, don't stop. Now we're cruising in the drop top. We go celebrate and we gon' pop. We gon' pop. We gon' pop. We gon' pop. I mean the age if you see my throat. Skeleton 101 in my coat. But I think paddle and roll my boat. Now we driving people crazy like whoa. Young dreamers don't ever stop reaching for the stars. Whoa. And if you ever fall, you go land on the cloud. Been on the road, and it's not very cold. Don't even know when I'm coming home. When beauty calls, I must to show. They know the cause and all the pros. Before I left my comfort zone, don't even know when I'm coming home. When beauty calls, I must to show. But Baba Moro, already know my name. Baba Moro, already know my name. Baba Moro, already know my name. I can't be that
Follow us on all our social media platforms on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at Mainland 98.3 FM, on Twitter at Mainland FM. We are the sound of Lagos.
When the airwaves in your market become more and more crowded, it's time to break it open and really stand out. Broken Air is here.
On Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.
You are now in the mix with DJ Gabby T. You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.